Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, I think what I'm going to try to do every week is record a journal. There was a brother who studied here in the Jamia for many years before me, and I remember when I asked him for some advice, about some of the things that he wished maybe he did differently. One of the things he mentioned specifically was that he wishes he kept a journal, and he recommended that I keep a journal because the years pass by, you experience so many different things, you become so busy, and then before you know it, years have passed by and you had all these experiences that if you didn't write them down, if you didn't document them, it's very easy to just forget them. So hopefully this will be a means to sort of document my experiences, and also I want to give all of you an insight to what it's like studying here. I know a lot of you are very interested. You want to know what it's like studying in Medina. Many of you wish that you had this opportunity. And so that being the case, hopefully you can sort of live vicariously through my experiences, because I know I would definitely appreciate if a student did something like this. So hopefully you all benefit, and may Allah bring about what's best and guide us all to what's best. So with that said, let's see. Right now I'm currently, it's March 11th, 2017. We're in the second semester of this school year. I am basically in my fourth semester overall in Kulliyat Dawa wa Usul al-Din. To sort of give you the specifics about how the structure of the Jamia works. Basically, if you come from your country, you don't know Arabic, and you want to start from the very, very beginning, they have a ma'had, a Arabic institute. And basically every semester is half a year. So there's 2 semesters every school year. And you could say that each semester is considered one level. So if you come from your country and you enter level 1 of the Arabic Institute, then it is basically 4 levels, 4 semesters, which would be 2 years. And the thing about the Jamia here, and this is a big issue that should probably be discussed, is that the Jamia, they give you certain resources and they try to cater to all these different people. People are at different levels. So, for example, the Arabic Institute, it's a 2-year program, but if you need more time, if you fail, for example, you can usually extend that to an extra year. But if you go past that extra year, then you start having issues. They might try to kick you out, things like that. And the reason why things can get sort of weird in terms of the structure and the rules is because people abuse the system here. So, for example, here in the Mamlaka, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in the Islamic University of Medina, they give students money. They give you plane tickets. They give you residence. They basically invest a lot of money in the students. And it costs them a lot of money. It costs them a lot of resources, which I think they are definitely happy and willing to invest in students. But the thing is that it's also upon the students to be honest. And what you find happening is that students, they will come, for example, and they'll be fluent in Arabic, they'll have memorized the Quran, and they'll be ready to go straight to Kulliyah, straight to one of the colleges. But what they'll do is they will enter the Arabic Institute. Why? Because they want to spend more time in Medina. They want to, even though, it's sort of like if you went to another country and you entered kindergarten. You already know how to read, you already know how to write, you already know all this information. It's extremely easy for you, but you enter it. Why? Because you want to spend more time in that country, and you want to, basically what they want to do is they want to study in Masjid al-Nabawi with the shuyukh. They want to maybe memorize this, memorize that before they get to Kulliyah. So, without getting into whether or not this is correct, basically what it does do is it abuses the system, because people are basically using more resources than they need to. the Jamia, they're giving them a monthly stipend, they're giving them money, they're giving them plane tickets, they're doing all this, and students are not only not entering the level that they should, but they're even failing. You'll find students, they'll come to the Arabic Institute when they're fluent in Arabic, and not only are they doing that, but then they'll fail on purpose so that they can just keep staying here, keep using the resources, and the excuse they'll use is so that they benefit more. But what happens is, obviously, the university, they don't want you to do that, so it becomes problematic. And then the Jamia, they have to sort of try to combat that. So, they start making all these different rules and regulations to try to keep students from doing that. And, basically just because some of the students aren't honest, all these other issues come up and so on and so forth. But anyways, me personally, I honestly needed the extra time. When you come, and even when you study in the Arabic Institute, they don't just start from, Alif, Bat, Ta. They don't start teaching you the alphabet and all that, because they're catering to so many different students. They're doing the best that they can, and I respect them for that. So, but I definitely needed an extra year, so I took the whole permitted time in the Ma'had. So I was there for 3 years, and then I entered college, which is it's basically 8 semesters, which is 4 years if you go through the whole program on time. But there was a rule in the Jamia, because like I said, they understand that there are students at different levels. Some students, they need extra time. So there used to be a rule that students could take 12 semesters to get their bachelor's, which would be 6 years. So that was sort of the path I was taking, because I need the extra time. I embraced Islam. Shortly after that, I came to Madinah. I had to learn Arabic. I had to sort of change my whole life around. So, I really need the extra time, and that was part of the rules. So that was sort of the structure I was moving at, the pace I was moving at. But this semester, they actually changed the rules. So they, before they said you had 12 semesters to graduate, now they're saying you only have 8 semesters. So a lot of us are instantly affected by this. Some students, they've already been here for 8 semesters. Some students, we're not going to be able to finish the program within 8 semesters. So what's going to happen? Allahu A'lam, we'll have to wait and see. I know students this semester who already overwent that time. It was a complete shock, a complete surprise. It's a brand new rule, and they weren't given their schedules this semester. So, Allah make it easy for all of us. I think this is just another way for the university to sort of deal with these issues. There's a lot of rumors going around about the financial stability of the kingdom and this and that. But either way, man, the way I see it is that people, they abuse the system. Like the Jamia, they try to be nice. They say, hey, if you need 3 years for the Mahad, then we'll give you that if you need it. But people, they drag their feet and they abuse the system. They take the resources. And I think they sort of force the hand of the Jamia to make these sorts of rules. So anyways, me currently, I've been here for 6 years, alhamdulillah. I was excused from my first semester in Kulliyah because I had family issues to deal with, and then I took what's called ta'jil, meaning I took the semester after that off, and then since then I've been in Kulliyah, I've been studying, I've been going level by level through the program, and I'm currently in my 4th semester basically. If you look at my class schedule, most of my classes are from the 4th semester, which means inshallah after this I only have a couple years left. We'll see how that goes. May Allah make it easy for all of us. So anyways, that's a little bit about the whole structure of the university and some of the details about rules and regulations and things like that. I guess while I'm on this topic, one thing I can also mention is that a big issue about being here is students bringing their families. And I would say that just like students abuse the system, in terms of how they stay here longer than they need to, and they enter, they fail on purpose and they do these sorts of things. I think there are students who do the same thing in terms of bringing their family. There are people who in the past, from what I've heard, Allahu A'lam, but for example, they'll bring their family and they won't be able to take care of their family. So they'll be, this obviously causes lots of issues. If somebody, they're a student, they bring their family, they can't take care of their family, and they have kids, and what do you do? This can cause a lot of issues. So this, of course, forced the Jamia to make rules about, okay, well, who can bring their family? When can they bring their family? For a while, they always change the rules. So sometimes they'll say, no, you can't bring your family unless you're, when you're halfway through your bachelor's, or if you're in the master's program, or if your GPA is at this level, or if you can deposit this much money so that we know that you can financially provide for your family. So, this is just another way for the university to try to deal with some of the issues that have came up in the past. And so I think at the moment, they change it from year to year. I think at the moment they're not allowing any students to bring their families and things like that. But there is a huge difference between studying here with your family and studying here alone. The grass is always greener on the other side. There are a lot of students, they're single and they just want to get married. And then students who are here with their families are like, look, you just benefit as much as you can when your family's here. You don't really have nearly as much time to just do whatever you want and study. But, Allahu A'lam. Me personally, having to deal with providing for a family here, people ask me this all the time, how do you take care of your family? I guess the main way that students from the West take care of their families here is that we teach English. So sometimes our wives teach English, sometimes we teach English. We might work for a company, we might tutor privately. And because English, it's the language of the dunya. So everyone, tons of Saudis here, they want to learn English, they want their kids to learn English, so they're willing to pay money, especially if you're a native speaker. So that's how a lot of us do it. Some of us, I guess, our families help us out for sure. Some of us, perhaps they might have communities that help them out. So this has been something that I've been struggling with to an extent, because I've tried teaching English here, and what I have found is that, subhanAllah, I feel like a lot of the time it's just a waste of time, because I've had some bad experiences. I've met with students and we've had, you'll set up a schedule. I'm going to teach your child English for this many hours a week. This is the price. And then you start teaching them, and then after a couple lessons, they flake. They're like, okay, I'm gonna show up on this day, and they don't show up. Or, okay, we need to take a break for a little while, or this or that. So I've just had some really bad experiences. I feel like it's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of their time. So, just this past week, I started, I've been doing this channel for a while, but I just started trying to do a monthly subscription and provide specific services to those who subscribe. Ideally, I was hoping that I could just provide the content and enough people would donate to my GoFundMe page so that everything could be free, because that's really what I want. I want as many people to benefit from my videos as possible. But, some people, they're just not going to donate unless you sort of force their hand. So just this past week, I started Ilm Institute VIP. It's a $10 monthly subscription. So I got some subscribers, and we came up with a weekly schedule. So I've been trying to do that to see if I can sort of make enough money to provide for my family and take care of things here, but at the same time work in a field that I feel is beneficial to myself and beneficial to others. Because I felt like teaching English is not something I want to do. It's taking time away from my studies, it's taking time away from giving Dawa, and it doesn't even seem like a lot of the students that I teach benefit. So, I started this effort, and hopefully, we'll see how it goes. Alhamdulillah, I feel like hopefully the members of the group are benefiting. I think really when it comes down to seeking knowledge and things like that, a lot of it has to do with how much effort you put into it. You can only spoon feed people so much. Of course, the teaching style is extremely important, and you want to make things as easy as possible for people to understand. You want to make it engaging, entertaining, but at the same time, no matter what you do, if the students don't put in that extra effort, they're not really going to benefit as much as they could or as much as they should. But I know that alhamdulillah, I'm definitely benefiting. I'm trying to develop the skills needed to teach, to give da'wah, and then plus I learn the material much more myself when I teach, because you really have to make sure you know what you're talking about, or else once you start, you click record and you start trying to explain a book or explain this or that, it's very obvious you don't know what you're talking about. So that's basically what I've been doing this past week. And with that said, I feel like this is a good place to stop for this week. I don't want it to be too long, but that's this journal entry for this week. Student journal number 1. Jazakumullahu khairan for listening. I don't think I'm going to edit these. I think I'm going to try to just press record and just talk. If you're really interested in what I'm talking about, then inshallah you'll bear with me and just sit through all of the rambling. But hopefully it's beneficial. May Allah guide us. I appreciate all the love and support from everyone. Jazakumullahu khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.